Weston Chevy Cadillac. Now your forecast first, sponsored by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Lawrence Lee. Minimum invasion, maximum results. Learn more at orthoci.com.
Good evening, I'm your local weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. It has been an interesting day. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, some more extreme heat earlier today, but things are finally starting to cool off a little bit. 73 degrees in Pontiac, where we had some of those stronger storms earlier today. Nice view on the Pontiac RV Skycam. Skies are still mostly cloudy, though we could see some partially clearing skies a little later tonight. 71 in Lake and Galesburg, the same. Through the rest of tonight, maybe a stray rain shower around midnight. Could be some partially clearing skies between midnight and 3 a.m. before the clouds roll in and maybe even a few spotty showers redevelop. But the threat of rain will linger through much of the week as our temperatures drop. We'll break down that full forecast coming up. WMBD News at 10 starts now.
Tonight, friends are gathering to honor the 3 men lost in a triple homicide in Bloomington. What we're learning about the victims. Plus, what Illinois election officials are doing tonight to make sure your November vote is safe and secure. And chickens no more. The heated debate in East Peoria as leaders decided the fate of the city's pet chickens. But first, a shooting in Bloomington that took the lives of 3 men has shaken the entire city. Delon Dillard has been there covering the story since shots rang out and joins us live with details on how the community is coming together. Delon?
Yeah, well, those 3 men certainly brought out plenty of emotions here in Bloomington tonight, and still even now, if you take a look, you can see people 2 hours later still lighting candles and remembering these 3 young men. Corey C.J. Jackson, Nate Pena, and Juan Perez Macedo were the 3 men killed in Monday's Riley Drive shooting. And it's clear from the dozens here tonight, neighbors have big hearts. If you take a look at your screen, you can see all of these people who gathered here to remember these men. A lot of the individuals here, these men meant a lot to them. The scene was very somber tonight as people attempted to mourn the loss of their loved ones. Families were represented as they lit candles and prayed together for the city of Bloomington. Many as far as Chicago came to the vigil. There was even one man in particular who knew all 3 of these men very well, with several others who had been killed recently in the city. He says the changes need to start from within.
Like I say, this is like losing a son. This is a kid that slept at my house. I fed. CJ, yes, literally. So it hit me hard.
And I know what we felt then. I know what his parents felt. You know, it's an unimaginable hurt when parents have to bury their children. And I can't imagine the pain that they're feeling. But all I could think is just, let me get here and try to offer some love and support. And that's what we're doing here now.
And back out here live, the mantra, as so many other times, is still the same. If you've seen something, we want you to say something. So please contact Bloomington Police if you have any information that can put this suspect or suspects behind bars. Live here in Bloomington tonight, I'm Delon Dillard. Lauren, back to you in Peoria.
Delon, thank you. Neighbors we spoke with last night raised some questions as to whether the triple homicide is connected to a double homicide just last week. In the early hours of Sunday, June 10th, 18-year-old Stephen Alexander Jr. and 20-year-old Tanisha Brown were shot while at a party on Orchard Road. 2 others were injured in that shooting. Police asked witnesses to come forward, but at this point they're still searching for suspects in the case. 6 people have been taken to local hospitals after 2 school buses and a truck crashed. The Spring Valley Fire Department says it happened on the Route 89 bridge. The bridge was temporarily shut down while crews cleared that scene, but has since reopened. No word on the ages of those injured or their conditions. A man is dead after a car crash turned into a shooting. Police responded to the 2900 block of Knox Road in Galva on reports of the crash. When they arrived, they found 20-year-old Xavier Hartman lying on the ground near the crash site. Hartman was taken to a hospital where he later died. Police say immediately after that crash, 59-year-old James Love came out of his home and started fighting with Hartman, eventually shooting him. Love is currently in the Knoxville County Jail awaiting his court appearance. And the man that Peoria police say stabbed and later shot his own relative to death officially facing murder charges tonight. Anthony Jackson was indicted this afternoon. Police say Anthony stabbed and shot 43-year-old Timothy Jackson to death earlier this month. At this point, there's no word on a motive. Chicken owners in East Peoria will now have to figure out where to send their chickens. This after a council vote against keeping poultry as pets. Manash Kwamgwari was at that meeting and joins us now to discuss what happened tonight. Manash?
Yeah, Lauren, a lot of emotions were on display tonight, but the council voted 4-1 against allowing neighbors to keep chickens. Council commissioners said that while it's great people are raising them, they don't want them raised within the city limits.
Knowledge. People need knowledge of chickens. They don't have it. They look at things that they've been told by others.
Shannon Brinker echoed the sentiment of many at the meeting, who just don't think city leaders understand what these chickens mean to families. She says there may be misconception that people are just raising chickens for profit.
They're not just chickens, they're pets to us. We raise them from chicks. You know, just like you raise a child or a puppy or a kitten, that they're, again, very special to us.
But a majority of community members in attendance felt like the chickens could raise health issues for the city, or worse.
We had owned a pest control business, and it can bring in foxes and wolves. There's a lot of things.
Grew up in a small town where we had 3/4 acre lots, and everybody had chickens in their backyard. That was 60 years ago. You know, we're in the 21st century now.
Despite the vote, chicken owners believe they will eventually win this battle.
Oh, we're not going to stop. We can keep going. There's all kinds of things, other avenues that we can go down.
Again, people have been pretty vocal on the decision, so we'll continue to update you on what the chicken owners in East Peoria will do next. In the studio, Manoj Kongwari, YZZ News.
Manoj, thank you. Cleanup is complete at Kickapoo Creek Road between Harmon Highway and Bartonville. That roadway was closed for more than 2 weeks after rockfall shut down part of the street. County Highway representatives said they finished up some minor repairs and repainted the lines before reopening that road hours ago. Election officials across the state are working to keep your vote safe. This after election hacking in 2016 revealed vulnerabilities in the system. Starting tomorrow, the Department of Homeland Security will be hosting a 2-day seminar. They'll be teaching best practices and running them through a series of scenarios to teach them how to react.
What are the specific tools that we put in place to defend, detect, and mitigate if we have some certain circumstance that does occur? What is it that you'll do to protect your election equipment?
Turner says the biggest threat to elections is the internet. Adding voter databases should not be hooked up to any type of network. The state's new cybersecurity program is expected to be up and running before next election. Hey, Bloomington Hospital looking to revamp their chapel. OSF St. Joseph is looking for donations to help rebuild a new hospital chapel. The deacon says that their current chapel is kind of hard to recognize from the hallways because there are only a couple of small signs on regular hospital doors.
That's the perfect place, and then we want everyone to see that, so when they see it, they again know that they're coming into Catholic healthcare system, and that is our little beacon, what we call beacon of hope. So when the people come in, they know that they're going to get spiritual care as well.
He says that new chapel will be located right inside of the main entrance of Building A, and the hospital hopes to start construction next springtime. Selected Illinois State University students are stepping up in Peoria. The Summer Teacher Education Partnership for Urban Preparation, otherwise known as Step Up, is an internship for ISU students planning to go into teaching. The program's purpose is to prepare students for urban teaching environments. The Step Up program is just one of the many initiatives to help combat the national teacher shortage. Well, Frontier Airlines making its way back to the Twin Cities. The Central Illinois Regional Airport held a press conference this morning to announce a new airline coming to their terminals. Frontier will offer flights to Denver, Colorado, and Orlando, Florida, starting September 24th. Wyoming firefighters calling a 12-year-old boy a hero for alerting his family to a fire in their home. Cody Sheaver spoke with the family about how their son's fast response saved lives.
So I just sat there screaming, yelling, fire, 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 I don't know how many times.
12-year-old Nolan Snyder was preparing for bed in the early hours of Tuesday morning when he noticed smoke entering his bedroom door. Without hesitation, he acted fast, making a life-saving alert to his loved ones.
So I ran through the smoke and through the little bit of flames and met up with Nolan and everything, and I grabbed him and we tried to go back so we could be with the wife and the other two, and we couldn't get back there. It was too hot.
After escaping the flames, Nolan ran to the neighbors for help. That's when Nolan's dad, Ryan, made a life-saving decision himself.
And that time I was done out of the house, and I come around the front, and my wife and the daughter and other son were up here on this porch roof, and smoke was just coming out the window. So I grabbed my truck, I backed my truck up to the porch, and I threw the ladder in the back of the truck and climbed up there and got my other two kids down and helped my wife down.
Even with all the Snyders out of harm's way, Ryan ran back into the house and saved all 8 family pets. He says all the credit goes to Nolan for being a hero to them all.
I don't care about what's in there no more. I mean, my life is whole.
In Wyoming, Cody Sheaver, WMBD News.
Boy, it sure does put things into perspective. Incredible. Well, coming up, immigration debate. What Governor Rauner is now saying about the president's controversial plan.
And it's been a hot and humid day, and we even had some thunderstorms that finally cooled things off, but high temperatures